because, oh. What's up everyone? It's Vivian here. For those of you who don't know me, I like to vlog about all things outdoors, whether it's mountains or ocean, I'm here for you. Anyway, so for today, I just wanted to make things nice and simple. I am going on a backpacking trip this afternoon with a few girlfriends, and so I thought I would vlog about the things that I like to pack. Now, I actually have not backpacked in quite a while. I don't think I've backpacked at all this summer. Now, I'm no professional backpacker. I don't do thru hikes, I don't do super ultralight trips, and I don't do hundreds of miles on a backpacking trip. Most of my trips so far in the Swiss Alps have been through Swiss huts. And as a PhD student, I don't have time to spend a whole week backpacking. And so most of my trips are weekend-long trips, and I would just say I'm a little weekend warrior. So getting that over with, I like to do things that are fairly lightweight. Now, I'm not an ultralight elitist. I don't count grams, and I don't count, I don't use Dyneema and any of that stuff because, as you know, if you go ultralight, you go ultra expensive. I'm a student and I don't have that money, but I do invest in some of the products that I truly believe in and I absolutely love and have had for many, many years. So let's get started. In fact, a new investment that I may or may not make is in my pack. So this pack is actually a brand new pack from Mammut. Is the Mammut Nordwand from, like, I think the Extreme Eiger collection. I can't remember, but it's the women's specific fit and it's about 38 liters. And I don't know how I feel about this pack yet because technically this pack was supposed to be my alpine pack, and it's not made for backpacking. Now I've had this pack. Which is the Gregory Sage 45 liter pack. And I've had this pack for pretty much 10 years now, since I've started getting into the outdoors. And I love this pack. I mean, it had not done too great towards the end, especially when it comes down to the weight and the distribution and just how it loads onto my hips. But I mean, can't blame it. It's 10 years. It's done me well, and it has gone through me through many adventures, but I just want to see if this Mammut one can live up to its hype. And let's start off with my sleeping system. So I'm going to start with how I usually pack my bags first. And what goes onto the very bottom is my sleep system. So here, my head for reference, is my sleeping bag. I use the REI Magma Women's Specific Fit sleeping bag, and I think it's rated down to 26 degrees Fahrenheit for women, and then for men it's about 15 degrees Fahrenheit. I can't remember exactly at the top of my head right now, but I am in love with this sleeping bag. I have used it now for 3 years, and before I moved to Switzerland, I would go on camping trips, whether it's car camping or backpacking, almost every single weekend in the summer, and I would not leave without this. This is the only sleeping bag I own. I usually am in the mountains, and so it's pretty cold up in the mountains regardless of whether it's summer or winter. And so I use this and it keeps me really warm. Love it. It packs it really well. It lofts up so nicely. I love how it just like feels so thick when it finally lofts up. So the next thing I have is the Climate Insulated Static V Lite. And this is the sleeping pad that I use for all my winter activities, all my summer activities, just year round for camping. And it has an R value of 4.4. It weighs about 550 grams if you're into that kind of thing. And it has lasted me also 3 or 4 years now. I, again, absolutely love this. It's lasted me so long, and it's very, very affordable, especially compared to, you know, other brand names like the Nemo or the Thermarest, which will set you back $170 or francs. Whereas this, I remember getting it for about $90, so it was half that price, and I have no complaints about this. The next thing I have is something that I don't actually use very often. In fact, this is probably my second or third time using it for ever, like since ever. And it is the Soul Thermal Bivy. This is technically sort of an emergency bivy, but it's just a lot thicker. And so I've used it quite a few times now for my winter trips, where I'll build an igloo and then we'll sleep in it, but just to prevent a lot of condensation on our sleeping bags, I bring this bivy and it keeps us a little extra warm. And yeah, for this camping trip we're not bringing a tent because we've checked the weather and it looks pretty nice, so we're gonna risk it a little bit and just bring bivvies and to sleep under the stars. So that's why I'm bringing this. Another little luxury item that I like to bring is just a pillow. Now, I got the Sea to Summit Aeros pillow at the REI garage sale a few years back, and it's just so nice. Before, I just had a simple Amazon inflatable pillow, and that was also just as good. Angus actually uses the Amazon pillow now. And so, yeah, this is nice. And it's super small, super lightweight. It's no bother to carry it. Okay, clothes-wise. So this is probably a whole video in and of itself, but really the clothes I would pack depend on the weather, of course. So for us, where we will be is supposed to be nice, but you never know. So I am bringing a rain jacket just in case. This one, I don't remember exactly what brand it is or what version it is, but it is a Marmot rain jacket in blue. It's nice, it works. It's a rain jacket. I also, and I promise you I'm not sponsored by Marmot, but this is another Marmot brand item. It is a Marmot down jacket in this like silvery gray color that is now no longer silver gray for me because this has been through a lot. I also carry just like a little bag of extra clothes, so clothes such as if it gets cold, so I have gloves, I have a beanie in here, I have gloves, beanie, extra underwear, extra socks, and actually I have a pair of shorts because tomorrow's supposed to be quite warm in the high 20s degrees Celsius, so that's like what, 75-ish degrees Fahrenheit, and walking in that I'd still sweat. I'm a big sweater. So okay, so let's talk water. So what I like to bring is I actually just bring a CamelBak. I have a 2-liter CamelBak, and I will just put this right in my bag. The hose is already on my pack just because I was too lazy to take it off. Now, because 2 liters is generally not enough for even 2 days of backpacking, I bring a water filter, and this is just the Katadyn, I don't remember the name, I'll link it below, but it's a Katadyn water filter. It's one of those pump filters, and I had received this from my best friend as a birthday gift, and it works. Katadyn Hiker, I guess, and it works. All right, let's talk food. So my tried and true go-to food cooking object is my handy dandy Jetboil. I received the Jetboil as a Christmas gift from my little brother, and I love it. I mean, I've cooked pastas with this, I boil water with it, I make ramen with it, and yeah, it's great. We all know about the Jetboil. Boils water in like 2 minutes, super fast, super easy, pretty lightweight, convenient, it's great. I also have the silicone foldable collapsible bowls. So for dinner I'll be cooking ramen, and I also have a medium one. So this is perfect for my ramen or for my soups or for my bigger meals. As you can see, it's quite big. And this one is for maybe like smaller meals or maybe even for tea or coffee. I also just bring 2 of these like cheap light my fire fork spoon spork thingies. They're great. I've had them for ages. If they break, I just buy new ones. I should probably invest in one of those long titanium spoons, but I haven't, so. In terms of food, I will post a whole nother video about food because my food items are very different from, let's say, another American's food items. Here in Switzerland, we don't have access to a lot of bars, such as like Cliff Bars or like protein shakes and a lot of processed foods. And so I end up going with some more things that are not typical of an Americanized backpacking food list, if that makes sense. But essentially, all in all, I brought hard-boiled eggs, which is partway in the carton, which is, you know, not the lightest thing in the world, but it works. I also will bring ramen with me. I also bring like wraps for lunch and just like a few snacks here and there. I love my M&Ms, I love my Snickers, and just like a few snacks here and there. But again, that's a whole nother video. Sun protection. These sunglasses are the Sun God Sierras, and I got them custom made from Sun God. All of God's sunglasses, I believe, are custom made, and these fit great on my face. They don't slide off even if I move around like this. And I think they look great. I like the pink color. I chose it, and it's also super lightweight, so I always forget that it's pretty much on my face. It has great quality lenses. Like when you look outside, when you look at everything is just more vibrant and just so cool. I love it. Of course, I also bring a hat, as I mentioned, and their hats are great. Wear them. Helps protect your eyes, helps protect your scalp, helps protect your face from the sun. And you will be in the sun a lot, so wear a hat. Of course, I will also bring a little bit of sunscreen. This is just like a generic one that I got from the travel section, and it's just like a sun spray, but it's clear. Cool. So it's not bad. This I would not put on my face though, because I have a few times and it really burns my eyes when I sweat. And it doesn't smell so good. So I actually used the Amavara sunscreen. It kind of looks like you're wearing makeup almost because it's so thick and so tinted, and I actually kind of like that. It's because it makes me look good, makes me feel good, and it's sunscreen. I also bring a beautiful little baggie that I use to put I have a face mask here because COVID times. I have blister packs, a little bit of first aid stuff like band-aids and ibuprofen. I bring my toothbrush, toothpaste, and just like a few like little items that you could possibly need on a trip such as. A few last but not least items. I do have my hiking shoes, and don't worry, I'm not just wearing this. I'll be wearing leggings and a sun shirt over this, not this outfit, but I also bring flip-flops because after so many miles in hiking shoes, the one thing you want to put on is a pair of flip-flops after your trip. And especially I'll be taking the train, and so wearing hiking shoes for another 2 hours on a train, it's not fun. I also have a knife. I do own a multi-tool, but in most of the time when I go, I just need this. It's super simple. It's an open L knife. Super simple, super lightweight, very sharp. It's great. Every once in a while I'll bring the multi-tool, but in this case, it's just a weekend trip. I don't need it. Last but not least, hiking poles. They are my favorite. I love hiking poles. These are the Compradel hiking poles. Don't know which ones. I got these for a pretty good price at snowleader.com.ch. And yeah, I'd highly recommend poles. If you don't know if you would need them, I would say yes, you do need them. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. This is exactly what I'm packing for my hiking trip for this weekend. And I'm actually leaving, I don't even have a watch, but I am leaving in a few hours. Super excited to see my girls and to bivy. If you have any questions on any gear, just know that I absolutely love gear. A lot of my gear has been fine-tuned over the past years, have been upgraded or not, and the stuff I love usually stays, and the stuff I don't love usually gets upgraded. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and actually let me know what gear you bring. Like, what's your favorite stuff to bring on a backpacking trip? This is just a weekend backpacking trip, so everything fits into my 38-liter pack. If you want to see how I pack my backpack, let me know in the comments and I can certainly do that for you. Anyways, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.